Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Firearms Fridays. When his
Yes.
opinion don't matter, and my brother from the Factacular Show on the OG Network, get ready to get into it, because this is what we do, and this is how we do
it. We talking guns. And as you see, I got my big old gun ready.
I like it, man. I like it. I mean, I want to just go. I want to go hug that tank. How much does a tank cost? Let me see.
Last I checked, the guy that I think they bought it for 20 grand.
That's not bad though.
It's not functional though.
Huh?
It's not functional.
It sucks.
I'm sure a functional one is at least 50, 60 grand, maybe. I don't know.
Leah, I was talking about it earlier, Leah, but we get into Firearms Friday. I mean, I guess that's kind of part of the subject, but
it is.
It was a firearm.
It was, and it dealt with protection.
And it was done with
and it dealt with violated the law.
I already know that we're probably going to get, you know how that is. You know how it is. You know, we're probably going to get some people are going to come in here because that's what they like. They like the drama. They like the and you know how it was earlier, Jay. You was there for a little while and you seen it. But it is what it is. But I mean,
I don't get it.
In all honesty, I'm not going to beat on the subject, but I will say this much is that I think people don't understand as law enforcement when you have to like when you look at an SUV, if somebody mentioned something about him being in front of the SUV. And I had to explain to them, I said, first of all, most SUVs, modern day SUVs, are all tinted in the back. The cargo part is tinted, the back windows are tinted all the way around.
Right.
So if I'm backing up my partner, the best ways to get a good visual on what's going on inside that vehicle is to look at it from the front of the vehicle, but maybe not exactly in the front of the vehicle, so that I can see what's going on in the vehicle. Because most of the time, those cars like that, and the newer cars, got all that tint on the back window.
Right.
So my thing is this: because somebody had mentioned, I say, well, that's what you're supposed to stand in a position where you can see what's going on inside the vehicle.
Right.
I said the other thing is this: I said what the camera don't show you is the woman's whatever her face was doing. It don't show you that because no one's seen what's going on inside that vehicle. The only big person that's seen what was going on in that vehicle is the one that the agent that was looking in that vehicle when he went to go fire his firearm. We only seen the vehicle move. We seen what way the vehicle was trying to turn, whatever. But if I'm in front of that vehicle, I can see what's going on in that vehicle because there is no tinted on the front glass of the car. But if you look at most SUVs, I'm not sure if that one did, but it didn't look like it looked like it had, the cargo parts are tinted.
Right.
So why would I go in the back of the vehicle where I can't have a clear eyesight of what's going on inside the vehicle? I'm going to position myself where I can see and clear that vehicle. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I agree. And that's departmental law enforcement training to look through the front windshield. If you can't, that's the reason why in many states you always see that the police officer or the law enforcement officer would touch the car first with their right or left hand,
Right.
And then they'll tell the driver to lower all the windows so they can see in, especially if there's tint, because you don't know what's going on, right?
Right. You don't know what their intentions are, what's going on.
Right. Right. I mean, you've seen videos. I've done videos on reaction when I was doing reaction videos on how tinted windows and people on the inside are carrying weapons they're not supposed to be carrying, and for the safety of the law enforcement officer, they ask to lower the windows, and how it actually becomes a real big issue if you do not lower the windows, because you escalating the situation. So we have to look at a few things, you know. And I appreciate Leah jumping in and dropping that question on us. Leah, it's always a pleasure to see you. And what we gotta remember is this: when you're in a situation where 99% of the people are against you, and you come across a person who's in a black SUV with black windows, and they're driving past a barricade and or a stop location of law enforcement officers, 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, I can tell you, every law enforcement's on high, and they're ready to kill that person that's coming through. It happens in the military. It happens in law enforcement. It's just a fact. You know, what people fail to understand is that it's easy to say, oh, they were wrong. They shouldn't have done it. They shouldn't investigate it. First, we got to understand the main concept here. What was the purpose of the female driving through the stop area? That's first and foremost. Because if it was the military, look, if it was Afghanistan, Dubai, Kuwait, wherever, there wouldn't have been no questions. That thing would have been lit up like it was a Christmas tree. Okay? So let's understand something. She was stupid for pressing on the gas. Instead of holding her foot on the brake, she was stupid and pressing on the gas. And she's lucky it was only one of them that shot at her and not all of them. That should have been all of them. Because I saw when one of them was getting up off the floor. So that's already, and we know, I mean, we've seen the videos, we collabed the videos. In the state of Florida, every county in Florida, every sheriff's department in Florida has specifically said, if you come at us, if you prevent us from doing our jobs, if you even remotely look like you're going to kill us, we're going to shoot you dead. And we're going to just turn your remains over to your family members. Almost every sheriff in the state of Florida has said the same thing. Right. So what people fail to understand is you could keep throwing bricks, cinder blocks, bicycles, scooters, hammers, bottles, flags, poles. Eventually, someone's going to get tired of you throwing shit at them.
Yep. That's
now you don't take a car, and everybody knows it doesn't matter whether you're in law enforcement or not. You come at me with a car, and I got a gun. You happen to be in a beautiful state where we have the right to open carry. You can best believe your ass is going to get lit up.
Right. My thing is just you said they said she had a wife, a kid, right? All right, so you got all of this going on in your life. You got up that morning, brushed your teeth, whatever you did in the morning time, and you decided at home that you was willing to die. When you decided to go out there and agitate, and listen, whether they're ICE agent or not, they're human beings with guns.
Bottom line.
Get what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. They're human beings with guns. If I decide that I'm going to go agitate human beings, I'm not even going to get into the law enforcement responsibility, because I agree with what they did and how they handled it. But just think of it from a human perspective. You're going to go agitate some other humans with firearms in their hand. So you're going to expect them to have mercy on your life while you agitating them.
No.
Now, here's the thing. That's the first thing. When you decided that you was okay with the consequences, I have no reason to feel sorry for you when you got what you got.
I agree.
Why? I can't feel sorry for you. It's a sad that you made that decision when you got up that morning that you was going to go out now. Now, here's where I keep telling people. Stop letting these liberals and these Democrats coach you to put your life online out there in the street. Because here's what they don't tell you. How many of these Democratic politicians are out here spewing this stuff on the streets? None.
Right.
They have security. They have protection. They got a bulletproof glass or whatever they have before they start talking. You know why? Because their life matters to them.
Right.
And then they'll turn around and hand you a few dollars and tell you to go out there and do all this stuff on the street. And then when stuff like this happen, you feel some kind of way about it.
Right.
My thing is this, and then, like I said, this is Firearms Friday, and we're going to get into the firearm conversation. But my thing is this, but it's still a firearm conversation because,
it is.
Again, and this is where the weapon, you use that vehicle as a weapon. Here's what people also don't think about is this. If I'm standing in front of a vehicle, right, before the vehicle starts to move, Jay, guess what I hear? The engine roaring.
This is true. The
first thing you're going to hear is that gas.
That's right.
Now, that's let me know that vehicle is about to thrust forward towards me. So I don't have a whole lot of time to figure out nothing.
Nope.
I have to go into defense mode, and I have to handle business.
This is true.
And that's where I'm at with that. Like,
I'm with you all day. I'm with you on that all day, every way, every single direction. Because at the end of the day, that person woke up and decided that they want to take their life. Now, here's where the conundrum lies. Where of course, a lot of people are going to say, no, it's wrong. Even like this person here, May is putting in the DOJ requirements and legalizations. What they don't know is this, and it's unfortunate when someone wants to try to regurgitate some information that they don't know.
Like this.
Exactly. What you don't know is that as well as the DOJ has rules and regulations, there is what they call the oh damn, I just lost it. The line of threat. Okay.
Right.
The line of threat is when any law enforcement officer, whether or not he or she had the ability to jump out the way, what this person May is talking about, the K turn, they're talking about after the vehicle passed the stop sign and the stop location, which means that already that person has encroached into an area that they're not supposed to be in, first and foremost. Okay. Secondly, what they fail to understand is that when you talk about the laws and the legal rights that DOJ has put onto the Department of Justice, you cannot say that the Department of Justice laws and regulations dictate what happens to law enforcement officers on the road. This is why so many police officers were injured during the LA riots. Okay, that's first and foremost. So when you talk about the DOJ rules and regulations behind law enforcement, let's get your facts straight. Pull it up. Don't Google it. Pull it up in the Penal Law Code book. That's where you're going to find the actual truth behind it. Go into the Penal Law book and see exactly what stipulates under Section 2CB, what it actually stipulates when it comes to a law enforcement officer in the line of threat. That's where you're actually going to see where the DOJ is going to say, well, you know, we put this law in there, yet unfortunately, there is a slippery slope, and we have to abide by the slippery slope, which is the gray line and the line of threat.
Right.
Once you use a vehicle to take out a law enforcement officer, that law enforcement has a right to take you out, period.
And this is the reason why you can't make somebody guilty by public opinion. You can't make somebody guilty by the media. You can't make somebody guilty by what you see on video. You have to go collect as much evidence as possible to find the real facts. Just because people say this and people say that doesn't mean anything. It goes back to what I said. Nobody can see what that woman was doing in that car on video.
Right.
You can't see.
You can't see it. The same exact way. Look. Hold on. Let me jump in here real quick, because this person Mimi is like really just starting to irritate my soul with this regurgitation of nonsense that they don't even know what they're talking about. Right. Let's go back to the video that I did that was a big thing on the news media, where that brown brother, that melanated guy, got punched in the face because he closed the door on the cop in Florida when he was getting stopped. They started saying the cop was wrong, they shouldn't have done it, this, and third. But yet, when you look at the video, you see the car was wet. So that small little window that they kept saying the cop was wrong, granted, he was wrong for punching him, but you got to understand that it led up to that. He had a knife in the car. He didn't open the door. The window was tinted. The police officer was already pissed off. So when you put all these things into play, this is when, as the DOJ, as this person's trying to say, rules and regulations behind the DOJ, This is where the slippery slope and the line of threat comes into play.
Right.
It's the same thing like your job. At the job tells you you're supposed to bend down in order to pick something, right? I mean, you're supposed to kneel, you're supposed to squat, right? You're supposed to squat before you pick something up. Why is it that 99.9% of the people always bend over to pick it up?
Because they don't follow rules.
Exactly. So when you turn around, this person Mimi is trying to
your back goes out,
trying to sound important, trying to sound that they know what they're talking about. Go look it up in the penal law book. Don't tell me what news media is telling you. Don't tell me. Don't talk about what social media is talking about. Go to find yourself a penal law book and look up the DOJ rules and regulations behind firing a weapon in public. And it doesn't matter whether you perpendicular, horizontal, vertical. You use a vehicle towards a law enforcement officer, especially a federal agent. It's listen. You lucky if you get one bullet, you're lucky. Great. But that comes back to Firearms Friday. We had the right to bear arms for a reason. Because you step in our way, we're gonna plug you. Real simple.
This stuff makes me funny, right? It says you'll never be white, a white boy.
What the hell? You'll never be a what the?
This shows to show you how many, like when you and these are the people that I know are the white liberals and whatever, or somebody from another country, because a lot of times it'd be people from other countries trying to provoke stuff, right? But my thing is this: nobody mentions skin color the whole time.
Nobody mentions skin
They
color.
always come here and go right to skin color.
Yep. Now, let me jump on something here.
Go ahead.
This fool has the audacity to. I'm going to jump in there. Can you highlight the one that says Uncle Ruckus real quick, please?
Go ahead. Go.
Uncle Ruckus. We saw the video, and that woman did nothing. That cop needs to go. Okay. Well, man, nurse boy. The next time your nurse turns around and takes out his wiener and sticks it in your butt because you want to have that good feeling, think about it when you turned around, you told him no, and he turned around and grabbed you by the neck and stuffed you in the pillow and said, take it. That's what you got to think about, okay? Because what you fail to understand is this. We didn't see it. There's no video of it. The video you see that's on social media and everywhere is one-sided. It's not the whole video. So as every single shooting, there's an investigation that has to be done.
Yep.
All body cams have to be recorded, have to be downloaded. All videos from all patrol cars got to get downloaded.
Yep.
When you see the video, the same exact time, like I said in my actual video when I did the reaction video on the melanated brother that got his ass whooped by the cop, everybody thought he was in the right. He went and got a lawyer and everything. Even the lawyer was embarrassed because he turned around and said, well, I didn't know about that fucking video came out afterwards. Because you did not let the investigation take its full. So all you clowns that keep talking on and on and on, talking this nonsense, get off of social media, put your phone down, walk over to the library and pull out a fucking book and read what's actually the laws of the land. Try that out for size. Okay, that's first and foremost. And if you continue following what the news media tells you, then go ahead. Right. I got matter of fact, listen, I got a life pill that will guarantee your life for the next 35 years, as long as you pay me $19.99 plus shipping, and you'll get a life pill. And I guarantee that you will stay alive for as long as you want to be. And if you happen to die, we'll refund you the money 100%.
Now, when he said $19.99, that's $19,000.99.
I'm tired of these clowns, male and female clowns. Y'all just love throwing up words and throwing up shit that you see on the news media saying, oh, well, it's right because it came off of Facebook. Oh, it's right because it came off of YouTube. Oh, it's right because it came off of fucking social media. Motherfuckers, get your asses in the library and read the fucking newspaper and find out if it's real or not. How about that? Go to your local city office and ask them, is this possible? You had the right to ask that question, but you're too fucking fat and lazy. Matter of fact, no, I'm not going to call you fat because I'm fat. You too fucking lazy to go figure out shit. You prefer for somebody to come and whisper in your ear and tickle your fat belly button and tell you, oh, I like it like that, and I'm going to give you some information, and you're going to jump on this channel and talk that nonsense? Get your stupid asses off. This is Firearms Friday. We protect our gun rights, God damn it. We had the right to bear arms, and we're gonna kill you if you come near us. Period. Fuck around and find out. That's all I gotta say.
Oh
Come on,
my
man.
goodness. You
come
can't.
on Firearms Friday and you want to start bitching about some bullshit you don't even have the facts about? No. You fail to understand that son bitch, she came at him with a car. She had the choice to back that shit up. Why didn't she? Nah, I'm late for my job. I gotta keep going straight. No, bitch, back up. Back up. No, I don't want to. All right, we'll take this nice bullet.
If you'd have just stayed out of it, you wouldn't have no, you'd be all right.
Exactly.
Mind your business.
She'd still be
That's
alive.
none of your business. You know, when I was a kid, you know how you walk down the street and your parents mind your business. That's
right.
Not your business.
That's
mind
right.
your business.
That's right.
The reason why your parents told you to mind your business is because that ain't got nothing to do with you.
That's right.
Don't go get into somebody else's fight.
That's right.
That ain't got nothing to do with you.
That's right. Stay at a grown.
And then you let these people coach you into getting into someone else's fight, and it ain't got nothing to do with you. Unless my thing is this: why are you messing with ICE agents what are you a legal immigrant?
There you go. Say it again.
Are you a legal immigrant? Because why is it? And this is what I always say: all of these people that keep doing this stuff, where are these people at when it really, really matters to American citizens over here?
I bet you they weren't standing in front of the damn welfare office.
All of these illegal immigrants was doing all this heinous stuff to American citizens over and over and over in New York, and all of this stuff these illegal immigrants been doing to citizens of America. I didn't see none of these people out here outraged about that. No marching, no nothing, no outrage, no nothing.
Nothing.
And no matter how many times this happened to American citizens, they never mad about it.
Facts.
They're only mad when it's illegal immigrants. So if you care so much about illegal immigrants, take your trifling behind over to their country and help them make their country great. Leave. Right. Get the hell out.
Right.
I am not in the business of being polite about this no more. If you don't like America, get the hell out. If you don't like what we stand for, get the hell out.
Facts.
I don't care what nobody has to say. Even if you're an American citizen and you don't like the way things are, you can go over to another country and help them make that country great. Because I'm sick of it.
That's right.
Because if you're not fighting for American citizens, you are an enemy.
That's right.
You are an enemy. So at that point, go spend your time. Whatever flag you want to raise, if it ain't American, go pledge your allegiance to that country and make that country great and stay your behind over there with them.
That's right.
Because I don't see a whole bunch of people dying on the ocean or inner tubes trying to get to no other country, but right here.
That's right.
And your little spoiled trifling behind don't have enough sense to realize how good you got it right here.
That's right.
These people are fighting to get there, but listen, you come over here the wrong way, you go back, I don't care, I ain't trying to be nice about it. But you can't ignore the fact that people are putting their life on the line to obtain what you have here, right here. The only thing I say is you want to be here, do it the right way. If you ain't going to do it the right way, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Right, I'm sorry. Take your behind back. Here's my point to that.
Right.
If you come to my house and you go, you knock on my door. I answer the door. How you doing? Hey, how you? What's up, Ron? How you doing? How you doing? And you just start walking in my. No, where you going? Where you going? I didn't invite you in. And then I say, no, boom, shut the door. Right? You decide you want to go to the back of my house and sneak in my house. You just made a determination that no matter what I said, you're going to find a slick way to get in my house.
And you're going to meet Mr.
You better be glad that I was not the president of the United States when that was going down. Because that border would be lit up. It will be, you know what, yeah, let's go get these gators and put them all out there. You come here, that's an insurrection. You come in my country without permission, that's an insurrection. They better be glad that I was not president, because I would have handled that totally different. That's an invasion. You know how you stop invasion? That's war. That's what that is. You come in my house without permission, war. You come in my country without permission, war. That's it. I don't even know why I didn't get handled that way. But you know what it is. It is what it is. That's just my take on it. Again, stop being, this is your country. If you're born and raised in America, this is your country. Stop letting these illegal, these Democrats and these liberals try to make you feel sorry for these people that have no reason to be here. And all they've been doing, by and large, is stealing and taking from your tax dollars. Half of your paycheck is going every time you get it. By the time you get your paycheck, you paying tax at the tax at the tax at the tax. And you got these idiots out here caping for illegal immigrants who's not contributing nothing. They keep lying to you, telling you that they are, but they're not doing what they keep trying to say that they're doing. So in my opinion, you can kiss my behind. If you don't like my country, get the...
Ooh. 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 Somebody's upset. Somebody tried to get Ron taken out, and it ain't happened. Sorry, you better try again. Ron ain't going nowhere. Look here now. Y'all got to understand something. There's a reason why things like this are happening. Because many of you feel the need to try to turn around and come to this country and do what you want. There's a reason why there's groups of people like this getting together. Because we have the right to bear arms. We have the right to protect our land. We have the right to protect our homes. And that's what many of you are starting to forget. So when you talk about that woman that got, unalived because she was stupid, listen, at the end of the day, you fail to understand something. If you attempt to take the life of a law enforcement officer, you will be unalived, period. It doesn't matter where you at. It doesn't matter who you are. You will be unalived. That's the way it is, period. So
yeah. You two told me I had to calm down.
I think it was because somebody said, I'm a reporter. You can't report the host, you dummy.
God doing? I'm so over it, man. I'm so over the immaturity and the silliness of people going always looking like, where is this for American citizens?
In the same place the trash can is.
And then you got these states and these cities running over budget. They can't even make their budgets, overspending, wasteful spending, can't account for the money. And y'all sitting there, y'all listening to them and letting them tell y'all to go out there and protest for some illegal immigrants. Again, where's all that for American citizens?
It's because it's a cloud. I've always said it once before, and I'll say it again. It's a cloud of smoke. They scream, they holler to make a cloud of smoke so everything else can be done. And what these fools don't understand, you jump on the bandwagon to that cloud of smoke, and then you're trying to figure out why you cannot be self-sustained in the state that you live in, is because as they let you and they ask you to be hopping around, screaming, hollering, screaming, creating smoke clouds, they're passing all these other kind of laws underneath your feet that when you turn around and you say, well, I want this, they turn around and say, you can't get that. You agreed. But when? Oh, the time that you were standing in the middle of the street trying to run over some law enforcement officers about some immigration stuff that you ain't even an immigrant. Your family's been born and raised here, and you fighting for immigration, and you don't even know what you're fighting for because it's not even your fight.
It's just like me going to fight, but that's like somebody breaking in my house and me going to court and fight for them.
I tell you, man,
they came in my house, ate my food, stole my merchandise out of my house, or whatever. And when I go to court, I start fighting for them.
Well,
the rest of my family gonna look at me like, "What the hell? What? You fighting for the person?" That's how stupid that is.
Hey, listen. This is why on Firearms Friday, it's also education behind firearms, because people just don't understand what a firearm is. A firearm is an extension of a person. That's all it is. It's not, firearms don't kill people.
Nope.
People kill people. Bottom
Yep.
line. So whether it's a gun, a knife, a stick, a baseball bat, a rock, listen, a bag of water and a towel,
Right.
it's the person that kills the other person. It's not the item that's in the hand.
So what's going on? Yeah, we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Man,
Make sure y'all hit that subscribe
if
button.
they don't hit the like button,
Jay got it out, and I got it out. We relieved ourselves. But anyway, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Listen, Jay, did you have anything on your agenda? Because not really. Anyway.
Well, I can always find some. You know, I always
Right.
got something in the tank.
I wanted to play a little silly game. It's just a really silly game. It's not really nothing serious or nothing like that. But we're gonna play a little silly game. And for those that are in the chat, we want y'all to play along too. And I was gonna throw this question out before when Justice Runs on Diesel was on the show. But that boy was dropping so much knowledge. Hey, both of us was just like, wait a minute. No, I ain't got nothing to say. I'm gonna just sit back and listen.
Let's run it. I'm with it. It might be a second.
All right, so I call this.
Okay, I thought
this is just a little. No, go ahead. You had something to say?
Well, I was trying to throw out the answer. Shoot him first.
Oh, okay. No, this is. It's not really an answer like that. It's not a game like you got to win a prize type game.
Okay.
It's just really a series. It's just a question, and I'm calling this like a 5. Like, let's say, for the sake of, let's say you in a situation where you need certain things. Like you're in a situation where there's civil unrest or stuff like that. Right? This is what we're talking about. Let's say it's like, what's that show you like a lot? Yeah.
Walking Dead. I'm ready.
Walking Dead. Let's say we're in a Walking Dead type of situation. All right, where you in survival mode. All right.
Right.
So you get 5 categories that you get to pick from, and you can only pick 2 things from each category. I hope I'm saying this right, because I made this up in my head up a little while ago, but I forgot about it.
So far, so good.
All right, so you got 5 categories. You got the tool category, you got the gun category, you got the food category, you got the people category, and you got the vehicle category, right?
Okay.
So for those that's on the live, listen, I'm going to repeat what I said. You got 5 categories. You got the tool category. You got the gun category. You got the food category. You got the people category. And you got the car category. And you got the vehicle category. So that's 5 categories. Tools, guns, food, people, cars, right? Well, vehicles. I'm not going to say cars, vehicles.
I'm going to write this down because you're going to laugh at my answers. I'm going to write this down because I already, in my head, I already got the answers, but I'm going to write it down anyway. So we got tools, guns,
food, people,
and
vehicles or cars. It doesn't matter.
Vehicles.
All right. So now,
and you got
in the situation where we in, like, Walking Dead type of situation,
right?
You get to pick 2 from each category, and that's it. You don't get nothing else. So you got to pick 2 tools that you're going to have to use to survive with, 2 guns you're going to have to use to survive with, 2 types of food that you're going to have to use to survive with, 2 people that you're going to have to use to survive with, so which would technically make it 3. You only get 2 people to choose, not yourself.
Right.
And then you got 2 vehicles you have to use to survive with, and that's all you have. All right, so for somebody in the chat, hopefully y'all heard what I said. And Jay, I want to hear your response to that. And we're going to put what Leah put up on the thing. That way it's kind of there for everybody else, because she already kind of wrote it down.
Yeah, cool. That's what's up. All right, so I like the way she did, because she did it exactly the same way I did it. She did it exactly the same way I did. So for tools, right? My 2 tools of choice would be a hammer.
Okay.
Right? and a screwdriver.
Okay.
Right?
Hammer and screwdriver.
A hammer and two. And I'm gonna write it down just in case you ask questions why. So a hammer and a screwdriver.
We're gonna get back to that.
Okay. As far as guns are concerned, does a tank count as a gun?
No. Okay. I knew you was gonna try.
So as far as guns are concerned, I'm gonna have to say a Desert Eagle, right? A Desert Eagle and a 50 cal.
Okay.
Okay.
He's trying to kill everything. Okay. All right. So
as
we
for
had
food. Here comes the kicker. Food.
Okay.
Now here's the funny thing about food, because you didn't mention whether it had to be vegetation or actual meat. You just said food.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say food. I'm gonna leave that open. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So with the food, I'm gonna have to go with oranges, right? And chickens.
Okay.
Right? As far as people concerned, this one was kind of tricky when I heard it said the first time, but it's kind of tricky. I know it's gonna come up and ask. I know the question's gonna come up, so I'm gonna wait till the question comes up. But my choice is gonna be 2 females. Okay.
I know why you said that too. So I know.
Okay. If it happens to be I'm still married and it's okay, then the wife would be one of them. But in all essence, if she's not, unfortunately, it would have to be 2 females.
Okay.
And as far as the vehicle concerned, I already know you said the tank doesn't count. So yet if it did, a tank, okay. Does the tank count? Oh, no.
No tank. No tank.
All right. So as far as vehicle concerned, it's going to be a diesel. Listen to me carefully. A diesel rig, which hauls the tractor trailers type thing.
Okay.
That's one. And then the second vehicle will be a motorcycle.
Okay. I see your plane now, brother. Okay. Now let me see. What did Leah say?
Leah,
to
good knife
knife,
and shovel.
Shovel. Knife and a shovel. Double-sided screwdriver and a wire cutters. Okay. She said gun. AR-15 pistol. Although possible, 30-06 would be preferred. Would be a preference. Okay, I can rock with that. All right. Rice and beans. All of it, limitless supply. If they only count as one, bananas. Okay. Jay face banana. You don't like bananas, Jay?
Well, I like bananas. I like bananas. But bananas spoil too fast. You can't eat them after a certain period of time. They become you get toxic. But that's another story. And people, she goes, my dad and my old bestie, that was the ride or die.
Right. I mean, we know that.
I listen. I've heard a lot about ride or dies. Ride or dies turn cold on you real fast. And vehicles, something great for off-roading, preferably diesel, and either a bike or old school Nova. Look at this one with an old school Nova. What you know about the old school Nova?
No,
man, that thing will run.
Yeah.
That thing will run on battery acid. We're running a lot. Listen, I'm too fat. I'm gonna roll down. I'm gonna roll. I'm become a giant rolling ball.
You want to hear something funny?
Go for it.
I wrote all this down and I never gave it any thought of what I would do.
How you come up with a game and don't even have your own damn answers? What kind of nonsense is that?
I never got that far.
Let me find out. Ron, you go to the bank and tell them you want to make a withdrawal and forget how much money you got there?
I'm the type of person gonna go rob the bank and get there and forget why I came there to rob them. I'm like,
God,
why did I bring this guy here for a minute? Why did I come into this bank?
Oh, okay. She the real deal. She real deal. All right. She a Queen Latifah type. That's what's up.
All right. So let me. I'm gonna give it some thought, and we just gonna throw it out there. It wasn't. I never got a chance to finish it, Jay. I'm gonna tell you what ended up happening is. Remember when Justice came on there? I had wrote it down, but I never got a chance to finish it. And then when he started talking, I kind of lost track. Then I closed the book up and just kind of sat it aside. And then it just dawned on me not too long before he got on here. I was like, man, I need to get back to what I originally, because even the last show we were supposed to bring it, I was supposed to bring it back, and we got into something else and still forgot about it. But I'm just going to talk off the top of my head. First and foremost, when it comes to the tool, I'm probably going to have a really good knife. So I'm going to have to go with Leo on that one. I'm gonna have to have a really good knife, probably like a Rambo style type knife. If y'all know what I mean, y'all don't know Rambo, but like a Rambo type style knife. My second tool probably would be a hammer.
Okay.
So some type of hammer. I don't know why, but I'll figure that out. But with the gun wise,
Leah, you ain't right. But I actually know you are right. He will do that. He's standing at the counter scratching his head like, what I came here for now? And they're like, what the hell's wrong with him? Is he robbing us or is this a joke?
I'm be honest with you, that's probably what would happen too.
Yeah, I think it would. I mean, this right here, this right here is a clear example that it would happen.
Right.
You wrote all these things down, but you forgot what they were for, and you forgot your own.
How you gonna write questions and forget to answer your own question, you idiot?
Exactly. Well, it's a prime example that will happen. A high probability.
So, my guns, it would be the two behind me, for real.
I kind of figured that.
Two behind me.
But I'm shocked.
Yeah.
And I'll answer that why.
Huh?
I said I'm shocked you'd only choose the two behind you. But I'll tell you why.
But
food.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again next week. I agree with you, Lee. We can do it again. We're gonna do it this week. We'll do it again next week too. People. That's a good question. Definitely wouldn't be none of my family members, even though I love them, but nah. I probably would have to go with my buddy Tone. And my buddy Miller.
Okay.
Only because I know they have a lot of survival instincts.
Okay.
Because I ain't doing nothing, you know?
Okay.
Vehicles. It would definitely be, both of them would definitely be diesel. It would probably be a heavy duty pickup truck.
Okay.
Which I already have anyway, but and the second one would probably be a Humvee.
Ooh, bad choice. Go ahead.
I know. Sucks on gas and everything.
Oh no, not for that reason. Go ahead.
But the Humvee would be because I can go off road with it and stuff like that, and just. But wait, what she said?
You're a turncoat, yeah, because you said you're gonna let your peoples do all the work and you're gonna do nothing. I caught that.
Hey, what's up, Joyce? How you doing? How you doing, Joyce?
Hello, Joyce. Welcome.
Welcome in, Joyce. Just in case if you didn't catch the earlier part of the show,
you definitely need to catch that replay.
We're playing somewhat of a game. and we got 5 categories that we're picking from, and the categories are tools, guns, food, people, and cars. You get to pick. If let's say you in like a survival situation, and you got to pick 2 things from each category, which is 2 tools, 2 guns, 2 types of food, 2 people, and 2 cars. And I still got to get to my food part.
Yeah, you
do. I'm trying to keep the humor away, man. And it won't. And the humor keeps hitting my brain. But then my first food was gonna be Campbell's soup.
Damn.
But honestly, my food would be probably tuna fish.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think. It's a toss up between rice and beans, one and the other. I would have to go with beans, string beans, because that's what I like.
Okay.
Oh, it's World Away from Here birthday today. Tell her we said happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to World Away from Here. I just made that up, y'all. I just made that up.
And many more to come.
She said tuna fish. All right, so yeah, I agree. But see, me, I only plan to survive for about 6 months because I know I'm gonna get tired of this shit.
Damn.
I'm gonna just be like, man, just come get me. I ain't got time for all this. Too much work.
that no bueno. That gonna be no bueno. All right. Well, now we have some answers. Where do we move from there? What's next?
All right. So now we're gonna run the commercial for 30 seconds, and we'll be right back. And then we're gonna find out what Jay's reason for his answer, and then Leah's reason for her answers, and my reasons for being stupid. And we're gonna run that commercial. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Hang in there, y'all.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Yes, we're back. We're back. Make sure y'all take advantage of that 15% discount on all your purchases of $35 and up by using the OG Network 26. That's OG Network 26. And therefore, you can get and take advantage of all that wonderful hair care, skincare products, and those awesomely made candles by the candle connoisseur himself. Right there.
Thank you.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're right there. All right, so what do we add? We adding something to the stage. Hold on 1 second. Oh, that's where I'm gonna hang out at. I'm gonna take that over. That's the Carter for me.
Well, you had mentioned The Walking Dead, so I want to give you something simplified to go with your questions on your game tonight. This is the location that they filmed the Walking Dead at.
Okay.
And it's called Terminus because, of course, it's right next to the rail station. And what a lot of people realize about this episode, or this episode, the episodes rather that were filmed there, it dealt with cannibalism. So most of our answers would dictate to why this is necessary to be seen here as well, since you mentioned it.
Okay.
So who going first? We're gonna.
All right. The dumb will go first.
Okay. Let's hear your dumb answers because I would like to know why you want to have a knife.
Well, honestly, the knife is more for like, it's kind of like a good tool for cutting stuff, but I also want it because if I have to, unlike guns, sometimes a knife is, if somebody's up on you real close, it's also a good defense if I have to deal with somebody up close and I'll have a chance to get to the rifle. So it's kind of like having a third weapon. That's how I'm thinking. But when it comes to like cutting stuff, animals, if you kill an animal or something like that or whatever. So I'm just thinking about it like that way. But honestly speaking, if I had time to think, it probably would have been something different. But I just went with what was on my head, which was knife.
Okay. So you had the knife as your tool. What was it? Said your hammer.
And then the other one was a hammer.
Right.
Number one, because I'm a carpenter by trade too. So, and I'm had to build something, make something, break something, tear something down, build something up. And a hammer's a good tool to have. Knock somebody out with it. So technically, I got 4 weapons.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just a good tool to have in general. I think the screwdriver would have been a good tool too, but I just went with the hammer. If you have a hammer, sometimes if you can actually make other tools with a hammer sometimes too, if you need to. So,
right.
So that's why I went with the hammer too. So I thought your choice with the hammer and my choice with the hammer was actually a good choice.
Facts.
Okay, Leah, no problem.
We got you, Leah. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
We do, definitely.
All right, let me take this off of there, and then we can be back on the screen. Okay, so
your
we already know your 2 guns. You said they're the ones behind you,
right?
And we didn't know why that is.
They my babies. They can't.
And this is why I was shocked. I was shocked that you mentioned both of those as opposed to one of them and the new baby.
I mean, honestly, I would have picked the shotgun if I really would have. The new shotgun, the semi-automatic one, and it probably would have been honestly, it would have been the 12 gauge shotgun and the 5.56. I really wouldn't have needed the 458 SOCOM, even though it's a good range, but the 5.56 will still get the job done if you get that close to shotgun to get it done.
Right.
That the 458, although it's a heavy hitter, you can still do some damage. But you can do what you need to do with the 5.56. You really don't need that heavy bullet like that.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. So if I was really, really honestly, I probably, but then again, if you got a 12 gauge shotgun, it's a good defensive tool. The only downside to the 12 gauge shotgun is the shells are so big, you limit it in your rounds to some extent, unless you got like a drum or something like that. But
right.
It is.
Right.
But I still love it, man. I love it.
I know you do. All right, so let's see about your food because you chose something interesting in your food category.
You know, the tuna?
Yeah.
Because I like tuna. Here's the thing, I like tuna.
I'm waiting.
Honestly speaking, because it's one of those things once you can it, it'll last for a long time. I'm not I'm a fish. I like the fish. I'd rather have fish than chicken any day. So,
okay.
But I'd rather have fish than chicken any day. Although we eat chicken way more than we ever eat seafood, but
okay.
But I don't know. And for some reason, tuna hit my head, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go with tuna.
Okay. So what was the other thing that hit your head with the food?
And it was I was talking about the rice and beans, but then I said I went with the beans, but I was also talking with something else I was talking about. See, this is why I can't rob banks. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier. I'm gonna go in the bank and be like, They're like, sir, why do you have a gun? I have no idea why I came in with this. What did I come in here with this gun for? I'm sorry. Let me go back out here and put this gun back in the car. They gonna be like, I think he came here to rob. I'm gonna get back outside to the car. I'm like, oh snap! I'm supposed to be robbing them. Come back with the gun. Hey, that's why.
I remember now. I remember. Well, your people, you had explained it. Why? Because those two brothers are more survival techniques.
Yeah,
and they are survival mode, so that's why you was gonna hang around them, but you wasn't gonna do anything about it.
I was joking around about that part, but,
well, I know you're the carpenter.
Yeah. The other thing is that I know not only do I know that they have survival instincts, I know their level of loyalty.
Okay.
And it's one person. Loyalty is big sometimes. Is big with me, and I know that they'll be more likely to lay their life down just as much as I would, and they're not selfish.
Okay.
So if we're in a situation, we either gonna ride together, we're gonna die together, and if it means we're gonna die with guns blazing, that's how we're gonna go out.
All I heard was the song from Miami from Bad Boys.
Right.
All right. So your vehicle of choice, you had chose a diesel pickup truck, which of course is self-explanatory because you have one. That's familiarity. Yet you chose a Hummer.
Well,
and I want to know why.
Not the Hummer like you had Hummer. I was talking about the real.
Yeah, the original one, the HV, the H1.
The H1. I don't know, man. I like the inside of it, man. Just make you look like you in an airplane.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with survival.
Okay.
Although, don't get me wrong, they're good off-road vehicles. They have their purpose, but you ain't gonna go very far gas-wise.
Not at all. Not at all.
But the pickup truck was really that reason. But honestly speaking, I think the motorcycle was actually and I'm joking around about a lot of stuff because I'm trying to have fun today. I don't want to get.
Listen, that's what it's all about. See, unfortunately, you hit home when you turned around and said apocalyptic. I'm a big Walking Dead fan. And I believe that what the concept of the show is lasting this long because it's a true concept. It really is.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we gotten to the point where we're so comfortable we don't think it can happen.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, when I go down Kensington Avenue in the city of Philadelphia, I see zombies all day long.
Oh, gee whizzes. That's so wrong. Well, let me jump in there and give you my choices and reasons for it.
All right.
I'm gonna start from the bottom up. I'm gonna start with the vehicle because I'm sure a lot of people, those that are
he only saying from the bottom. He's trying to be like his top to bottom. That's all he's trying to do. Top to bottom.
You know how it is, man. Top to bottom. Ain't no better way. Top to bottom. TOP number 2 BOTCU for uniquem.com. Get your 15% off by using code OG Network 26 for your purchase of $35 or more at top to bottom. Don't forget, use code OG Network 26 for 15% off, and all you gotta do is spend $35 to get 15% off. Yes, Sean. That's a fast yes. So with my choice of rig, of course, those that don't understand, when you're driving down the highway, you see this tractor trailer going by. Everybody calls it a tractor trailer because they call it a tractor that's hauling the trailer. It's actually called a rig. Okay. Right. So I prefer a rig for many reasons, is because A, it's gonna pull a whole lot of stuff comfortably.
Yeah.
Okay, comfortably.
Right.
No problem whatsoever. Now, when I need to get around, I get on my motorcycle. That's like not a street legal motorcycle, more like a motocross motorcycle or a touring motorcycle. So this way I can go off-roading and get to where I need to get to fast and get back fast. So when I need something to haul, I got the big rig and I can pull anything I want to where I want to go to. And if I spruce it up, I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to show you this picture. Let me show you this picture because this is where it gets funny.
I did a rig return in the Optimus Prime.
Nah, man, no. I forgot the damn. I was just looking at the damn thing the other day and thinking, anyway, design the rig that it has spokes down in the front so I can ram things out the way.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
So, it acts as a battering ram at the same time. It's going to be kind of hard to stop that thing coming full speed, right? So, how you handle maintaining both in the same house? Do you choose to keep them separate or have them introduce them to each other? It is necessary to introduce each of them to each other so that they understand where it's at in the event that is needed to be utilized in the event that something is needed. That is why you introduce both. Now, it's all about what you do, how you do, and the training behind it. That's first and foremost. Train, train, train. Don't just give them a lollipop and expect them to know how to eat a lollipop. It don't work the same way. Okay? That's first and foremost. And as far as people, the reason why I chose 2 females is because A, like you said a moment ago, loyalty. As long as you provide the female with what she wants, 9 out of 10, the loyalty is going to fall right into play when you have a female that's very protective over her area. Females tend to be more protective over anything than males are. Okay, that is the reason why the female lioness does all the hunting, does all the killing, does all the nurturing, and the taking care of the herd. I'm not looking for procreation. That's not my thing.
That's where I was at.
Nope. Not my thing. I don't want no. This is survival mode. And
I want my seed to survive. I want my seed to survive. Y'all.
No. Because when it comes time for another guy that wants to infiltrate our camp, the female would know how to convert that individual to do things oppositely. Yeah, that's a new word, oppositely.
It's a distraction.
Exactly. Because a guy is thinking with his lower parts as opposed to a female is thinking about how I'm going to take him out. Now, food. I chose oranges, and chickens. Understand the oranges grow faster when you replant them seeds.
Okay.
So it's going to keep growing. You eat, it keeps growing, you eat. And of course, you need vitamin C, which is the most important part. Chickens have a twofold. You have the eggs and you have your chickens. So you get your meat and you have your eggs. Can't go wrong with that. Right?
Just so y'all know, never be too turkey to eat chicken.
Yeah, okay. As far as guns are concerned, you heard when I said Desert Eagle and a 50 cal. Now, as you said, I want to destroy things. That's what the 50 cal is. So if you drive
I already know why you picked the 50.
I'm blowing out that motor. You come up on me, I'm blowing you way back from where you started with the Desert Eagle. Real simplified. Tools, hammer, and a screwdriver. Now, we both agreed the hammer, and I'm sure the question is going to be like, but why a screwdriver? You had said a knife, it can be used as a tool for close combat.
Mm-hmm.
So can a screwdriver.
Yeah, screwdriver.
Screwdriver can actually chip away at stone.
Yeah.
Screwdriver can chip away at wood. Screwdriver can create more weapons as opposed to not having any other weapons. So that is why those are my choices. I agree with teaching about firearms when dealing with special needs children. I'm a little less certain. Well, depending on the special needs individual, that is a 50 cal on the big rig. That's right. Yep. Almost like this in the picture. Yep. The 50 cal barrel, that's the barrel right there, the 50 cal. and that's the big old rig coming down. Yeah, ain't nothing standing in my way. Oh, matter of fact, I remember. Special needs children. It's tricky when you talk about special needs children because it depends on the degree of the of the situation of the child. So
yeah, I would be real leery about that one.
Yeah, it's tricky because if that
you
child
have to
doesn't have the
know.
capacity to understand, then
Yeah,
it's pointless.
yeah, you would have to know really, really. Yeah, I would exercise more extreme caution on that side because of the special needs, especially if you know that there's no real way to if they want to know if there's a person that has special needs where you know that you can't, they got triggers that just kind of make them do stuff and you really can't control it. I
Correct.
probably wouldn't I would make sure that I keep it locked up at all times.
So if you
Yeah.
see me coming down looking like this,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that's why I chose the rig.
Right. Oh, I agree. I like that though. I like it. I mean, when you said the cage on the front, I knew exactly what rig you was talking about, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's that." Yeah, I mean, it looks scary.
You ain't stopping me. I'll tell you that right now. You in a whole heap of shit. You see me here coming down. Screw around. Listen, I know what to do.
Yeah, I would. Like I said, I agree with the screwdriver. I picked a Rambo knife. It's a good, pretty good, durable, heavy knife.
It is.
Yeah, and like I said, when it comes to making tools and stuff like that, and extending your toolbox by having tools that you can use to make tools. Yeah. So, but when he's and I agree, Sean, you're well on militia. I know one day we got to get on this subject right here. I
Which
do
one?
really want to talk about this well armed militia. What
Oh
does
my
that
God.
mean?
You
Right.
did not just
I
say
think
that.
that's another show. And well armed militia, and I think we should do a whole segment on what that really means.
I was really gonna piss people off a moment ago
Right.
because I was gonna pull this up. Actually, I did pull it up, but I didn't play it. I had pulled it up while you had your hiatus there because somebody was complaining about you, and I pulled this up, and this, of course, is going back to I believe was 2020, 2021, something like that. I think it was. But this was a group.
Yeah,
of
I
people.
remember this.
You remember this?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So when we talk about Firearm Friday, here's another example of why Firearm Friday is a necessity. Because of government tyranny and
Yep.
people who want to try to take what's actually yours.
Yep.
As Ron said before, you don't have the right to come into my house and take what you want from my house without allowing me to give it to you or even letting me tell you no. Okay? So that's first and foremost. So when you talk about militia, we're going to talk real quick. When you talk about militia, you're talking about a group of people who get tired of government tyranny, people who get tired of other people coming into their homes and taking their stuff without permission.
Yep.
Okay. And protecting those who you truly love and care for. So when you talk about a militia, unfortunately, a lot of people they hear the word militia and they think of the wrong thing. They don't know what the good is behind it.
Right.
And that's the unfortunate side. So yeah, if when we'll come together and we'll talk about the militia concept a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because honestly, they got some fabulous business.
I think I think that's a conversation that people really need to talk about because like I talk about stuff like this all the time, and meaning that for some reason, and I'm just going to stick with America. That's what I can speak on. I think a lot of times we don't really realize how quick things can go sour right here in this country if we don't if you're not prepared.
I wish you a lot of luck, Sean. Go ahead.
If we're not prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say prepared, meaning, it's one thing for the government. The government is a lot more organized than we realize.
Sean's right.
It's the citizens that don't know how to come together. Because we got us arguing over all stupid, silly stuff.
And that's the reason why, so many government officials and local officials and politicians, Democrat, Republican, get what they want, because so many people want to keep their eyes covered, like the three monkeys. Cover my eyes, cover my ears, cover my mouth.
Like I don't see it, I don't hear it. If I act like I don't see it, if I act like I don't hear it, and if I act like it's not there, then and then I don't have to face reality that it really is there and it's really going on. And a lot of them do it.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And that's the coward move. A lot of time when people, like, I heard somebody comment and say, "Why do you have guns in your background?" On my video, like, "Oh, you had guns." I didn't even respond to the question, because my thing is, if you have to ask that question, you're really not too sure about your rights. You know what I'm saying? Because I can. That's basically it. Because I can. That's it. I'm taking a full advantage of the right to keep and bear arms. I'm not going to let you tell me when I can and cannot have. You're not my mother, and you're not my father, you're not my parent. So, but I think when you talk about a well-armed militia, and I think for those that's on the live, probably the next show we probably going to get into that conversation of militia. Because I think a lot of time people don't take that seriously. Like I have a large family. But what did I say to you?
That you won't deal with the family. You'll get the two boys.
I will have to. That will be the beginning. Even though I only can pick two, is because I will have to get people that I know that knows how to go into survival mode.
Right.
And as much as I love my family, I don't think that they will be ready in that type of moment.
And that's a true point, because we're going to run off of what Sean just said.
Right.
The complacency amongst a lot of people is what dictates how they won't be ready for anything like that either. They don't know how to survive, and that's part of the problem. They won't know the survival tactics behind it.
Right.
Because it's easy to say, "Oh, let me just use my phone to call 911." 911 is not coming. There's no cell service. What are you supposed to do? This, like, really? Do you even know how to fish? Do you know how to take a piece of rope and tie it with a twig and go fish? Don't know that, you're gonna starve.
Right.
Do you know how to light a fire? Take two rocks together.
And that's what's going to happen is if in a survival situation, you got to understand something. That you can pick any person you want, but there's some people you pick is going to be a liability.
Right.
You don't want no liabilities. You want people that are asset to the team.
That's right.
If you got somebody that turns out, if they're a liability, you almost have to turn around and put them out of the misery, because you're like, listen, you're a liability to me right now. There is nothing that you bring into the table that's helping the situation. All you are is a liability for the rest of us.
Right.
So it is just best that we just off you now. I hate to say it that way, because you're a liability to us. If we're here trying to survive and we're putting in all the work and doing everything and everybody's playing their part, and all you're doing is just there. We don't need that.
And piggybacking off of how this game started when we were talking about the Walking Dead.
Right.
That's a clear example of how people come together for certain reasons. Because of course, you may not be a fighter, but you're a real damn good cook. So we're gonna need you. You may not be a fighter, but you're a real good damn blacksmith. Well, we need you. So when we look at those things like that, and we kick back to the apocalyptic movement with the questions, that's pretty much what's happening. Now, one of the other things that we gotta give him some.
I'm back.
I am too. I had a pause there. My fur babies are getting agitated. I wanted to jump back into the militia concept real quick. Growing up, many of us have seen gangs.
That's a militia.
What is the difference between a gang and a militia?
I mean, maybe what they stand for to some extent, but honestly, I look at the gang as a militia because they, number one, they got firearms, they organize, they loyal to each other. So that's basically what a militia is. Now, when I say stand for, meaning it, but if they're out there just robbing and stealing and taking from people, that's the part that's not the part of the militia. Militia is you armed to make sure that no one comes and take. Listen, our military is a militia. Think about it.
True.
It's just military, but it's still a militia because they're well prepared. Survival, protect what you have, protect the assets of the country, things like that. But on a lower end scale, if gangs are kind of like that too. They protect their territory, they protect their space, what they consider their space. I mean, they're wrong in a lot of what they do, but it still have some militia facts to it. I said that way.
Well, I'm gonna meet you halfway.
Okay.
Because I know for a fact, because I experienced it, and just like Sean put in a comment, I understand his point. I've been there as well, and I'm sure Ron's been there as well. And what I seen growing up, the gangs in my neighborhood, they protected everybody in that neighborhood. So the neighborhood was a family.
Right.
You know, every woman of age was tia, and which is aunt, and doña, which is the master of the house, the female. She's the master of the house. They call her doña, right? Like the don. So when you look at gang versus militia, it's pretty much the same exact thing.
Yeah.
With the exception, like you said, if they're out there robbing and stealing,
yeah, that's the part that
people.
Right. That's the only part. The whole concept behind the gangs is still, like, to me, in my opinion, a militia. It's just that some of what they stand for doesn't fit that category. I mean, like the loyalty that fits that category.
Yep, the protection fits the category.
Right, the protection fits the category. Now, going out there, initiating and killing somebody just to prove your loyalty don't fit the category.
That's correct.
But slightly it does. Being able to kill somebody, and if necessary, does.
That's the key word. The key word there that you use is necessary,
right?
Not for enjoyment.
My young brother was forced to fight young men in the neighborhood.
I got a pretty good idea why.
All right, I'm gonna go back to what Jay brought up about the lions. All right, and this is my opinion. And of course, we're not animals, but we bring up animals because there's very similarities. And if you ever notice about lion cubs, they fight, but it's not in play.
Right.
The reason why sometimes as young men do that stuff is to test your strength, test your ability to defend yourself, test your ability to fight. Even though it looks ugly, and some say it's not right, but from the development of a boy and a man, some fights are necessary. Because if you don't know how to fight, you're going to get bullied and beat up on the regular. You're making yourself a target if you don't have the ability to swing punches back. You don't have to win the fights. That's not what I'm saying. It's not about winning a fight.
No.
It's about willing to fight back if necessary.
Right.
You're not going to win any fight.
Right.
But if something, here's the thing, if something was, let's say me, Jay, hanging out, and, let's say we at a bar, and we hanging out. Something happens. Two guys are about to jump me or jump Jay. he got to know that the guy that he with ain't gonna take off running and leave him there to fight by himself.
I ain't leaving.
You understand, Jay? You know, like I know, it's called that man code of there's some things as a man you don't do. Either we gonna run together or we gonna fight together.
Back to back.
We have to decide that. Most of the time we decide that what we doing.
Wait, bro? the moment it sparks, it's like ready? Back to back.
Ready? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And hopefully you sized up who you gonna pick before we start fighting because we don't want to swing.
Hey man, that's why in the bar you got chairs and bar stools. I'm gonna have to disagree with Sean about that Gangs of New York thing, but listen, we adults, we can agree to disagree. What you say?
Oh, okay, you New Yorker, man. You know that, man. I'm not no New Yorker. I Philadelphia. We have a different type of gang.
That's why I had to disagree because I was one of those people in a gang, and they called it a gang. But yet we were a militia because we protected everybody in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
47 blocks, east, north, south, and west. Protected.
Oh, okay. See, Philly, we didn't have gangs when I was growing up. We had neighborhoods. We never considered ourselves. Yeah, we never when I say gang, we didn't use the terminology of a gang. Like we never considered ourselves as gang. We always looked at it as, like you said, our neighborhood. Like
right.
Like if you from where I live at, they gonna always the terminology is EA all day, area all day. That's gonna be what you gonna hear in that neighborhood is EA all day. You might hear that. But before that became EA all day, which is area. We always use area. Back then it was EAM, which was area of mob.
Gang.
Which is
militia.
Gang, militia, right. So but again, we wasn't going around terrorizing people. We wasn't going around beating up on somebody.
Okay, Sean, my apologies. My bad.
We wasn't going around beating up on people because they wore certain colors and stupid stuff like that. Like that don't even make sense to me. Why you got on blue? Why you got on red? Like, yeah. In Philly, our whole concept was
guilty. Guilty as charged.
Right. In Philly, our whole concept was if you ain't from here, you better know somebody from here. Don't come down this way with that craziness if you ain't from around here. Don't try to do business. Don't try to set up shop. Don't do just you. That was Philly. Philly was about where I grew up at. They was about money. Like they was real bunch of everybody was hustlers. Like and they didn't let nobody else. If you lived in the neighborhood, you had your space. I had my space. We compete. If you came from somewhere else, you probably not gonna make it out the neighborhood alive.
So you play with fire the same way I play with fire,
right? Yeah. No. I wasn't a participant.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I was a beneficiary, meaning I was under gang member protection. Yeah, but I wasn't. I ain't gonna say I wasn't. I wasn't like official. I was.
You was honorary?
Right. Yeah, I was honored. I mean, if something happened and you come in my neighborhood and I see something happening, I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna go to work if I have to go to work. But I was like this sideline guy. Like I ain't getting into that y'all doing. That's y'all life. But because I know you, I'm not gonna let you go down like that because I know you.
Right.
You from my neighborhood. So I'm gonna rock with you, get you good. We gonna be good. After that, I'm gonna go back to being me. I'm just not gonna participate in the other stuff y'all doing.
Understood.
I ain't trying to go to jail. I don't want to be in a place with a bunch of men. I'm sorry.
I understand that too.
But yeah, man.
It's interesting. Once again, we come on and talk about one thing, and then all of a sudden that car just loses a wheel and we go in the opposite direction.
But
yet we kept
trying to stay on subject.
We're on subject. We're on subject. Yeah, we are, because of course we have to We have to understand why, laws are created to hinder the law-abiding citizen. That's why laws are created. And of course, when laws are created to hinder the abiding citizen, he or she that knows what they're talking about, fights tooth and nail. And of course, the government turns around and agrees with them. Hence the reason why we have the right to bear arms regardless of who we are and what we went through. America is still subculture. Listen, the majority of people in America diverse themselves because it's a famous thing. I don't need to be told about nothing. But yet, you're not the smartest person in the world, nor are you the smartest person within the group that you hang around with. So therefore, that's diversity that falls into play.
Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, you can't let the problem is we have a tendency to pick up the wrong fights, the wrong arguments. If I turn around, it's like when you see on my lives when they come in here and the first thing they do is they bring up skin color. The reason why they bring up skin color is to introduce division. That's it.
Right.
There's no other reason for it, but it's to try to get this skin color mad at this skin color and to keep that division of skin color going.
Facts.
That's all it is. It's never ever. My thing is this, and I'm gonna be honest with you. There was a point I think in America where we really didn't talk a whole lot about skin color, and all of a sudden it just got catapulted back into the play, into the game. Because I'm gonna tell you something. In the '80s, I'm gonna say '90s. I'm gonna go with the '90s.
Okay.
Even though it was there, it was. Listen, I mean, go watch the Jeffersons. And go watch All in the Family and all these types of shows. Nobody got mad at what was being said.
Absolutely nothing.
My whole point. Nobody got mad. It was humor.
Exactly.
Somewhere along the line, and I'm going to be honest with you, we went right back to hating each other based off of skin color. And I'm not saying all of us because I don't care one way. I don't get into that. But someone and catapulted back into trying to bring racial divide. And this is the part that I personally believe is demonic. If I can keep y'all arguing back and forth with each other, and I can keep y'all fighting with each other over this right here, this stuff, I want you to go out and look at that ground. Just stare at different grounds in different places. You got white dirt, you got brown dirt, you got gray dirt, you got red dirt. Dirt comes in all different sizes, all different colors. So if we're made from dirt, and if we're going to return the dirt, guess what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't make you a good person. It doesn't make you a great person. Your skin color has nothing to do with your behavior. It has nothing to do. Now, where you was raised, how you was raised, the environment that you was raised, what you was taught, what you comprehend, what you didn't comprehend, the value system that you was in. There's a whole lot of other factors that makes up who you are as an individual. Guess what don't affect that? Your skin color.
Well, it's similar to what I used to say to folks many years ago, and they always looked at me and, oh, that's taking it too far. If I cut you open, if you are the darkest male on this planet, on this blue planet, you're the darkest of dark, that when you stand in the dark and you smile, all we see is teeth. And then, of course, we get the lightest individual that they can stand next to a piece of white paper and disappear. Cut them open. You're going to see pretty much the same thing. Lungs, heart, organs, stomach, blood. The blood's going to come out the same color. So all this nonsense about, oh, this person's this color, that person's that color. listen, at the end of the day, I look at it like this, and this is going to sound kind of nasty and probably a little bit immature, but yet it kind of makes sense. If you look at a dog running down the street, a male dog, that male dog penetrates every other female running down and up the road. Doesn't care about the color. It's very similar to a lot of males that run around this earth. They don't care about color. So
Right.
Why do you care about color when it comes to a certain situation of getting better or taking advantage of another person? I don't understand it. If the animal world does it, why is it that the humans have to be opposite? I don't get it. Now I got a question for Sean, because I keep seeing something up there that keeps popping up. And Sean, are you from New York? Did you live in New York? Did you spend a whole life of your life? And you understand what I mean by that, if you actually are from New York? Because he just mentioned Little Italy, and a lot of people don't understand about Little Italy.
Yeah, I don't know. What is this person saying?
How do you let people know you're offended in the 80s? Take out a newspaper ad. Race has always been a hot topic in America. It was doomed to be that way because of the hypocritical constitution. Yeah. Look, I'm gonna let you ride with that statement because that's what makes you feel all right. Yet it had nothing to do with the Constitution. Because if you really look at the Constitution was created by the Europeans that colonized the United States. So is it really the Constitution that you're trying to talk about? I would ask that you go look at your facts if you're going to talk about the Constitution. Now, if you want to talk about a true Constitution, there is one true Constitution that goes across many boards, different verbiage, yet meaning the same thing. For example, thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Sounds familiar?
Ten Commandments.
That's the true Constitution.
Right. And that all laws that make sense evolved from that. And when I say all laws that make sense, meaning that I do not agree with all laws.
All right, so y'all be clear.
I don't agree with all laws. So when someone says, right, when someone says that there's a laws, I agree we need to have law and order. But that don't mean I agree with all laws. The reason why I say I don't agree with all laws is because at one point or another in the United States of America, slavery was law.
Right.
So that's why I can't say that I agree with all laws, because people write laws that are beneficial to their behalf, meaning that gun laws. I don't agree with no gun law. I think all gun laws are unconstitutional. So that's why I say I don't agree with all laws. If the law makes sense, cool.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you pull up that Stephen Papero 9166? Where else in the world?
Hold on.
Where else in the world is there this much diversity? America is a great country. You don't want to live here? I'll take you to the airport. I will agree with you halfway. Yet, in my own home country, in the Dominican Republic, there is so much diversity, you would actually think you're in America. In the Dominican Republic, we have people that are as white as Ron's hoodie, with blue eyes and blonde hair. And there are people as black as my t-shirt in the Dominican Republic, and they despise each other like there's no tomorrow. Night and day, black and white, just like that. So when you talk about diversity, diversity is really everywhere. Matter of fact, it's everywhere. Because I could tell you like this, in China, there was a time where the Chinese would call certain Chinese people onions. Okay, there's a reason for that, because they were considered the lower class because they came from a different part of China. And if you know anything about China right now, technically, I believe right now still the law applies that you could only have a certain amount of children.
Isn't that considered? I think they might have abolished it recently because their population has dropped dramatically. But I know that was a law at one point, is you couldn't have but 2 children, I think it was, and that's it.
Yeah, they are all Dominican, born and raised in the Dominican Republic. Yes, blood in the ground. Yes, diversity amongst themselves. Yes, 100%. Is he trying to say signers were born in Europe? Is that really not really accurate? How many signers were born in Europe? Did the new Confederate Constitution not protect slavery first and foremost? How about you ask that same question to all the indigenous people that are still alive in Brazil?
Right.
Ask that same question to the indigenous people, if you could get close, that are in Brazil.
Let me explain something to you. There is not enough information. There's not enough books. There's not enough information. And there's not enough literature out there that's ever going to cover all the events that have taken place.
Nope.
In no generation.
No generation.
You can write you can go research every book. There is by far way more information missing that don't tell the whole story. So when you start talking about them colonizing America, you're getting a small portion of the story. There's so much about that we don't know. We don't know who sold out who took what for what. We don't know none of that stuff. All of us right now today is taking a little bit of information and speculating the rest.
Listen, at the end of the day, what happens is this. Many people, we kind of touched this on a little bit earlier. Mm-hmm. People need to stop regurgitating information that's not facts. Unfortunately, many of us have to go with what is called literature, which is written by another human being to string their narrative. Right. That is why they were called philosophers many moons ago, because they knew how to speak, not because they knew what they were talking about. Right. Because again, if you get what they call it, I know back in the day they used to call it a Mac. Back in the day, they were called Macs. Mac knew how to talk to everybody and get them to do whatever he wanted.
My daddy was a Mac. My daddy was a Mac. Well, a Mac daddy. He was a daddy. He was a Mac daddy.
Then he knew exactly what to do with them vocals. So he got people to do what he wanted. So again, that's what it comes down to. It's unfortunate, and we're not going to divert too much from where we are, because that's going to create diversity as well, division, and that's not what it is. This is Firearms Friday. And listen, we appreciate all comments. We appreciate all topics. It's great that you shared the moments with us.
Yes.
Because, of course, it shows that you are listening. It's a great thing.
Right.
Yet we still have to understand that Firearm Friday is based off of the laws about guns, gun talk, gun protection, who has the right, who doesn't have the right, who should have the right, what kind of guns are of choice, and what kind of weapons of choice. That's what the show is really all about. Philly suburbs. How about you folks? Well,
I'm from Philadelphia suburbs. How about you folks? Well, I'm born and raised in Philadelphia, not the suburbs, the hood.
That's a Philly guy right there.
I'm a Philly guy. Broad and Airy. If you don't know what Broad and Airy, you don't know Philadelphia. I'll tell you like that.
I just visited. Smith and Wesson 9. Good choice.
Good choice.
Good choice.
OG daddy was Joyce's daddy was an OG Mac daddy.
He sure was. 11 children? Boy, he knew exactly what he was saying. Steven, I think Sean is about to get a real great awakening, because I believe that the DOJ is superseding the Second Amendment in Cali very soon.
Yeah,
very soon.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I would never move to New Jersey. Like, we're gonna get into it another day, because I know we like at the end of the show, but understanding this is that one thing, that if I'm going to move to another state, I'm still in the state of Pennsylvania. But if I was going to move to another state, me personally, the first thing I'm going to do is, outside of other things, is one of the researches I'm going to do is their gun laws.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. There's a reason why I left Jersey.
And Jersey's a big joke. Jersey love criminals.
Jersey,
New York love criminals.
Remember, like the tri-state area. Anybody who knows what the tri-state area called? The tri-state area: New York, New Jersey, Long Island. No, Long Island wants to call themselves an old state, but it's just an island. Trust me, there's no need to call an island back in New York, but they want to be excluded. But you look at that eastern corridor up there. You want to live there and have your Second Amendment rights taken away? That's where you need to live at. Go ahead. Go up there. Matter of fact, Ron, you can go right across the damn bridge and enjoy yourself.
I not go to Jersey for nothing. Stay out of there. I've been to Jersey. I went to Jersey. But my thing is this: the state of Pennsylvania is just like outside of Philadelphia. The state of Pennsylvania is just like living in Texas. It's just like living in South Carolina. The state of Pennsylvania is an open carry state. You don't run into issues until you get in the city of Philadelphia. They think they special. And guess what? Think about this. The state of Pennsylvania don't have a high crime rate. It's not until you get into the city of Philadelphia that the crime rate shoots up. You can't open carry in the city of Philadelphia.
And
you have to get a concealed.
The reason.
Right. You got to get a concealed carry license to carry in the city of Philadelphia. Once you outside of the city of Philadelphia, you can actually open carry. Where's all the crime go at? City of Philadelphia. It's a joke.
And that's Sean. That comes back down to that. Unfortunately, Sean's point. It's disgusting, yet it's really true, because it's the people who were chosen into certain local offices that they got so many people believe. Here we go again with the Mac part. These individuals mapped their style among certain people that put them into the local office, and they ran from the local office to the superior office, and they kept running that same way, banking on those people that was going to follow them, because their Mac game was just straight.
The other thing you have to look at, this is one thing you have to look at also, is that, all right, let's look at the city of Philadelphia.
Go ahead.
The city of Philadelphia is a Democratic stronghold.
Okay.
The vast majority of people in Philadelphia vote Democrat. They vote blue no matter who.
Okay.
I can't change that.
No.
Because it's too many people.
Right.
So if you know that you are living in an area where the vast majority of people have a tendency to vote for these people, the best thing you need to do is get out of it.
Absolutely.
And this is the point that I'm trying to make. Get out of it. If you live in a city of Jersey and everybody, or California, where everybody's keep voting for this type of stuff,
get out.
And you know, if 70% of the people is voting that way, you know what you do? You get yourself out of it.
Get out.
Get out. Go somewhere where like-minded people are at, and watch how better things get for you.
I mean, you know, we're gonna take that into the most layman's term ever. If you're the smartest person in your group, you need a better group.
There you go.
Bottom line, you don't hang around with people who are stupid because you're not stupid. You don't hang around people who smoke and shoot dope and sniff coke if you don't do that, right? So, layman's terms, get the hell out.
If you're a Sixers fan, I don't know if you are or not. Go check out My Sports Vibe Balling. He's a Sixers fan. He does a lot of Sixers content. Mike Sports Vibe Balling.
Yeah, Mike Sports Vibe. Yep.
Yeah, he has another channel. He got Vibes, and then he got the Vibe Balling channel, which he talks about basketball, Sixers, and stuff like that. Check him out if you want. If you're looking for people that does like sports content and stuff like that, especially Sixers. He's a Viking fan, but he has this another channel, My Sports Vibe Balling, where he does like a lot of but he does a lot of he does like basketball content and stuff like that. But just so you know, yeah.
Can you pull up that comment there
Which
again?
one?
The one Devil Face 97. When did Philly crack down? I guess this is going to be our closing statement for the night, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to be polite about this one. I'm gonna try my real hardest part here to be polite about this. Crime was always higher in New York City when guns were in London. I'm gonna read exactly what they have there. Crime was always higher in New York City when guns were in London. I asked because some places always had higher crime rates before major gun laws. Examples is New York City and London. I'm gonna take my glasses off because I don't want to read anymore. First and foremost, the only ones that are allowed to have guns in London are specific police officers, because guns are not allowed, just like in Japan. That's why most people in those countries, they stab, beat up people with pipes, knives, bricks, stones, and so forth.
Right.
No guns.
The tool didn't. The murder didn't change. The tool just changed.
Exactly. And I'm glad you said that, because now you talk about New York. New York is the same exact thing. The laws were created to prohibit the law-abiding citizen. That's why the crime was ridiculous. And I can tell you, because I lived up there, it didn't matter whether it was a gun, knife, stick, hammer. The crime was there. It wasn't because of the gun. It's because the crime was so looked down upon. Example is a person can get arrested for driving intoxicated and kill 300 people, not spend 20 days or more in jail. Look that up. Look up how many people have actually been killed on the Long Island Expressway. Since you want to talk about New York, the Long Island Expressway. Look at how many people were killed by drunk drivers. And look at how short the list is by the names of the people that were drunk, that were killing all the people. Was that a gun? Wasn't a gun.
Nope.
But I can tell you this. If the gun laws in New York, the tri-state area, was just like Florida, just like the Carolinas, just like Pennsylvania, there'd be no gun crimes. They'll go back to stones and knives and baseball bats and all that other stuff.
My thing is this. This is how you resolve. This is how you, now going back to his question. When did Philly crack down on firearms? Let me explain something to you. This is where you don't know what really goes on. Now, I'm from Philadelphia.
He from Philly, born and raised in Philly. So you done fucked up now,
I'm going to tell you how much of an extortionist Philadelphia are. Philadelphia Police Department. Let's just say you don't know the law. They'll come in your house and say, oh, and search in your house or pull you over and search your car. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to take your gun. This is what they do. I'm going to tell you exactly what they do because I've known and I've had family members this happen to. Legal gun owners. They made some stupid up rule, right? And took the person's gun and said they'll give it back to them. Their gun is under investigation. They called to ask about their gun. They tell them, oh, it's at this place. They called and asked about their gun again. They tell them, oh, it's at this place. They keep giving you the runaround about your firearm until they held it for more than a year. Guess what happens after the year? It's no longer yours. They wear you out trying to get your firearm back to where you just say it ain't worth it no more. I'll just go get another one. I know what I'm talking about. Don't you think for a minute that Philadelphia ain't extorting people out of their stuff. The politicians, the police department, a lot of them. And I'm not saying every single one, but I've had it happen to family members. I had a family member that called me after the fact. If they would have called me before, it wouldn't have happened. Somebody called and said that they had a gun, right? Now, they legally gun owner purchased their firearm. They didn't have no gun. They didn't even have the gun with them. They got into an argument with somebody, did not have the firearm with them. The firearm was in the house, locked up in a box. The policeman said, well, someone said you had a gun. They called him and said somebody had a gun. They said, no, I did not have my gun. My gun is home in my box. And you know what the policeman said? Well, we need to see your gun. We need to have your gun. This is the part. This is not the police officer, but this is like the investigators and stuff, right? And she was like, well, they said, no, we'll give it back to you. We just need to investigate. If the gun is not on the scene of the argument, what's there to investigate? If we're there and I don't have nothing with me, and I am literally 6 miles away from where the gun is at in a box, what's there to investigate? It's not on my person in the moment, right?
All right, double face. Apologies.
But because the person did not understand the law or what they were rights and did not rights, they drove home and gave the gun to the police department. And they, till this day, they never got their gun back. And that was 3 years ago. And they was trying to get it back to the point where they just got tired. Now, I found out after the move was already made. And I told them, I said, unfortunately,
and unfortunately, Ron has been froze out. So as this moment comes about, I am going to apologize to Sean for taking his statement or her statement, or rather, double face, rather, my apologies, double face. I will apologize to you. Thank you for the clarity behind that one. And it's nothing personal. It was just that it was kind of funny. Ron, you got frozen there when you was talking about it. And
yeah,
Ron, to piggyback off what you're saying, I got to agree with you because I can tell you from experience, all the way up to 1992. Again, I could only talk about it up to 92 because that's when I experienced it. The tri-state area, New York, Manhattan, Long Island, all those nice little places up there, they were specifically doing the same exact thing and then taking those firearms and putting them back on the streets so that those firearms commit crimes. So they have a reason to keep saying, we need more money to protect the citizens because they were able to track down those guns. That's why you got to live in a state that if they say you're going to track down your gun, you better know where the landmines are before you actually walk over. If you see this in the yard, you better turn around.
I do you one better in California. You know how they had these gun confiscation and these buybacks, right?
Yeah. Oh, don't get me started on a buyback, please. Don't get me started on a buyback. No.
How is it that 70% of the guns that was in the buyback program was in the gun stores being sold again?
New York did the same thing.
Exactly.
How did 80% of the guns wind up back on the street?
It's bullcrap.
They're supposed to be destroying the guns.
And I want y'all to think about this. A gun dealership, and I'm going to explain to you why. Let's say I'm a gun dealer, right?
Appreciate you, double face.
Right. Let's say I'm a gun dealer. and the city does a gun buyback. Now they say, okay, they go to the gun dealership and say, you want to buy all these guns, right? I'm gonna get them guns next to nothing.
Absolutely, pennies.
Right now, when I put them back on the shelf, I'm selling them for 300 to 400% markup.
Facts.
You buy the gun. The police department, again, confiscates your gun. I know gun dealers right now have sold the same gun almost 10 times.
Facts.
How was that possible?
Happened in New York. I remember that happening in New York.
Again, if you live in these type of places, it's all scam and it's all manipulation, and it's only for them to keep making money and doing the citizens dirty. Get out. That's all I can tell you. Get out.
I real quick before we end the show, I went from New York to Florida. Loved the Florida laws, gun laws. Went back to Jersey for business, and when they turned around and told me that my business was unallowed, and I want to say it like that, unallowed to have a firearm. I said, well, I guess you don't want my tax money then.
No, they want the criminals to come rob you. That's what they want.
Yeah, I was thinking no.
That's what they want. See, the criminals know you ain't got allowed to have no gun in your storage, so you're going to be a law-abiding citizen and abide that law. The criminals going to know, say, you know what? We can go to Jersey and rob all the stores because the owners are not allowed to have firearms.
Yeah, they found out the hard way when they walked into my store. I'll tell you that right now.
Real talk.
Look, I prefer to ask for forgiveness than to ask for
my thing is I prefer to save the taxpayers' money.
Listen, I don't need to be paying more taxes just because you want to put this person through the court system 100 times over.
It's cheaper to bury them than to house them.
Yeah, facts.
It's cheaper to bury them than to house them. Cremate them, about $1,200, you're done. You house them.
I don't even think it's that much. Not by the state.
It might be cheaper, but you put them in jail. You got to feed them every day. You got to close them. Nah, why would I put that burden on the taxpayer? You're a criminal. You decided the moment. You decided to rob and steal, whatever it is you tried to do, violate people, innocent people. Save the taxpayer some money. I'm gonna give you what you asked for.
That's how today's segment started. Just by what you're saying. The criminal wanted to violate the law, and they got unalived, and they didn't want to have the government pay for the case to go to court. So that's it.
Yeah, we get ready to get up out of here.
Yeah, because I'm seeing all these people talk about food, and you over there munching is making me hungry.
I'm eating a cookie, man.
Yeah, but that cookie looks like a damn beef le mignon right now. I couldn't even say it right because I'm so damn hungry.
That's what's up, man. Enjoy it when you
enjoy it. Oh, which by wait, 30 seconds.
Go.
Steven will be so happy to know that if he puts his weapon inside his camper and he lives in a state that allows him to carry, no state that he goes to can give him any form of harassment because he's carrying his weapon. Because the Department of Justice has stated, Pam Bondi, for anybody who knows who she is, they put a clause into the DOJ requirements that if you start wherever you live at, you have the right to carry in your state. You can travel all 50 states without putting it in anywhere else but where you want to have it on your person or in your car where you can see it. Nobody can tell you anything about it.
Yep.
From point A to point Z. That's one of the new laws that some of you may not even know about. But there you go.
Because I live in the state of Pennsylvania and I got that beautiful license to carry.
I could travel to New York, and New York police cannot tell me a damn thing.
I'm gonna start walking from state to state just to show off.
They're gonna be like, you can't. Don't even try it.
I'm gonna be jumping over to Jersey like, jump back to Pennsylvania, jump back to Jersey. Nah.
They can't do nothing. They cannot do nothing. Absolutely positive, unequivocally nothing.
Sean said I wouldn't risk it in California. I agree with you, Sean. I just go to the edge of California and say, yeah, nah, I ain't going over there. They got too many lives in California anyway. I'm good. I don't want no parts in California. I get some binoculars and stand at the edge. Say, oh, it looks nice. All right, I'm out of here.
I was in Cali for a little bit. I liked it and don't want to stay there. No, it's all right.
Yeah. But anyway, we appreciate y'all, man. Make sure
we
y'all
appreciate everybody coming through. Absolutely.
Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button. Yeah.
We appreciate y'all.
And of course, big old apologies to Double Face for misconstruing the question.
We'll be back in this next week. We're gonna get into that militia conversation next week, Jay. If you good with that, I'm good with it.
Listen, I'm good with anything on Firearms Friday.
Yeah, I had some stuff I was actually going to send you for us to talk about, but I wanted to bring up the game part.
Listen, we could do whatever we want on Firearm Friday, as long as Firearm Friday connects to a firearm.
We good.
We good.
But I mean, honestly, even though it was somewhat off topic, it actually was on topic because it was a firearm that is the subject of that situation anyway. Yeah. So,
and the rights and the laws, and where the law was construed and where the law was misinterpreted. Yeah, it all ties in together.
It all ties together anyway. So we still stayed on topic. I mean, we did the right thing. We stayed on topic.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate it took so long to try, because again, we got to understand something. We know we got a pretty good. We got a pretty good idea about the laws.
Right.
So as we have a pretty good idea, we got to spoon feed the idiots who don't know nothing about the law.
Right.
So we got to spoon feed them, and we got to take baby steps with them so they can learn.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we gave some money to their EBT cards, they'll learn real fast.
And I'm Sean.
Listen,
Sean, if the poop don't come out, shoot it out.
Listen, Sean's business. Listen, that thing is gonna skyrocket pretty soon.
Yeah,
I know
man.
that.
It's so much behind that. It's so much. You know what, Sean? One day, I don't know if you'll be able to, but
Aaron,
we got a show that we're doing, which is things you need to know. That's Anthony's. With Swooperman and that stuff. So that one might be a good one for you. If you ever get time, you could probably pop in on that show. Even if you want to come to this show, it don't matter. And just as a a guest on the show, whatever case may be. We always open up.
He started picking up shit for money. We said before.
Yeah, ain't
Your
that shit?
company has so many jokes in it, it's ridiculous.
I know. Yeah. Anytime his family
Joyce, thank you for stopping by. Leah, thank you for stopping by. Sean,
yes.
Thank you for stopping by.
Sean,
Steven,
Joyce,
thank you for stopping by. What was it? Devil Face, thanks for stopping by.
All right, that's great.
We appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah,
I know I do.
Every single one of y'all. And listen,
at the end of the day, I say this all the time. Your time is precious. Our time is precious. We share each other's time. Whether it's for jokes or seriousness, listen, it's all good. It's all gravy.
And since we're on the topic a little bit about business and things you need to know, let me tell you something y'all need to know. Y'all need to know that top to bottom hair and skincare product. That's what y'all need to know. Now, make sure y'all take advantage of the OG Network promo code. Get that 15% off of all your purchases of $35 and up. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I use that product, the body wash, the deodorant. I got so much product in my house that they make, man, the candles and stuff like that. And that's why I encourage people that if you're looking for great made, American made product, organic, no toxic stuff going on, very well made.
You can read.
Yes, ingredients you can read. I would encourage you to try them out, check them out. And right now on the OG Network, using the promo code OG26, you get a 15% discount. Why not give it a shot? Check it out. Believe me when I tell you, you'll be happy.
And just in case, it's The code is OG Network 26.
26.
That's the code. OG Network 26. That will give you 15% off a $35 purchase. Simple
Yes.
mathematics. Come on now. Don't cost you almost nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Try them out. And if you're not sure what we're talking about, the link to the website is on this channel. They also have their own YouTube channel. And then once you get there, and then actually you can actually download the app on your phone. When you go to the website, they actually have the ability to download the app on your phone. That way, when you got to re-up, like I do, man, you just go to the app, put your order in, and send it. Bam. I mean, and with that said, we're going to get up out of here. We appreciate every single one of y'all. Make sure y'all check out that 30-second commercial. And as we hit that commercial, that will be the end of this live. My brother Jay, appreciate you, bro.
Brother Ron, blessings always. Always
Yeah.
a pleasure to be with you on
Get you
Anytime.
some rest, bro. Get you some rest. Don't
Likewise.
stress the mess.
Likewise.
Get you some rest. Don't stress the mess. I'm making me a rap
Appreciate
song, dog. I'm practicing my rap, and that's why I'm saying rhyme and stuff. I've been rhyming like all crazy today.
Okay. Well, blessings to you, Brother Ron, and may you get all the rest you need to start the next day.
Yes, sir. And everyone else, y'all have a blessed, wonderful day, and we out of here. Peace.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.